Hello guys, how you doing today? Good to see you. It is a wet and windy day here in Carmarthen in West Wales, and I'm quite enjoying it, truth be told. It's nice and cooling, and I'm definitely not overheating today. Yesterday was a bit of a meltdown. I got all my organisation wrong yesterday. Ended up running 40k instead of 30. Took wrong turns at least 3 times, but we got there in the end, and finished up strong. Been about 15k so far this morning, and I'm here now at Carmarthen Quins Rugby Club, and it is a fabulous space here in the clubhouse in the middle of town, and we are going to go and find somebody to talk to who might be able to tell us a little bit about it. Hello, good man. What's your name and what do you do here at Quins?
Morning, Tim. I'm Neil Evans. I'm the chairman of the Minion Junior section and the website coordinator and social media manager for the club as well.
A busy man then.
Yeah, busy, very busy.
Awesome. Okay, and what we're going to do, we're going to show you some stuff, some local history basically first, which is up on the wall over here, and then we'll go and see the rugby stuff in a second. So lead the way, Neil. And what I'll do is I'll just show people first, and then I'll ask you to talk about these. So there we go. That's what we're looking at. And what have we got here, Neil?
So what we got here, this is in our what we call the coracle room, and coracles are little fishing boats that are synonymous with Carmarthen really and Carmarthen's history. They're still used to this day, and that is the actual size of somebody who will take that out fishing. They go out 2 at a time, and they have nets either side, and then they come in with their salmon or their suin, otherwise known as sea trout. So yeah, it's part of Carmarthen's history that has been passed down through generations and generations, and will continue to be passed down long after I've gone as well. So yeah, we're honoured to have those within our club.
Yeah, they're absolutely fabulous. And does it happen anywhere else, or is it like completely unique to here, do you think?
I think it happens in areas of Ceredigion as well, because we actually do have coracle races between people from Carmarthen and Kilgerran, and that happens every year where there's a bus goes up from Carmarthen. It's a jolly boys and girls day out. It's a few beers had, but yeah, it is done in other places across Wales, but Carmarthen is particularly proud of their coracle heritage.
Yeah, and I understand I might see some of that down by the river if I cross over in the right place.
Absolutely. When you leave the club, you go down towards the river, and there's actually a cage there with 7 or 8 coracles in there. They've all got separate numbers on them, so each number is synonymous with each coracle owner. So you don't take out anybody else's; you have your own.
Absolutely. Right, before we move through to the other bar, tell me about this wonderful shirt that you're wearing.
This is our retro shirt that the seniors wear after their matches. Hayden Pugh, our previous club captain and commercial manager, decided that we didn't want shirt and ties anymore. So we thought we'd go something different. So instead of a polo shirt, we've gone retro Carmarthen Quins, which looks pretty nifty as far as I'm concerned.
I completely agree. I was very noticed it very quickly when I walked into the club earlier on. Yeah, good decision. I like it. Okay, let's walk through, and we're going to see a little bit of a memorabilia on the wall just through here. Where is it? This one here, isn't it? Here we go. I think most people watching this will probably recognize that name there. And one over here. And there's another big man there.
Big Doyle is a Carmarthen-born comedian. Okay. Acts on the stage in the West End, and is known for his Trade Centre Wales adverts as well.
Right.
And he was obviously in Panto with Frank Bruno. So we got him a couple of Quins shirts, and they had the photo taken, signed by both of them. And then above that one is Matthew Stevens, who's also a Carmarthen boy.
Right. And obviously Nigel is
a local boy.
Yeah. Another one. Just going to show this frame of ties here. What a lovely way of doing that. Yeah, that's a great way of displaying it. Let's go into the main bar, where there are some famous sons. Who should we start with?
Start with the eldest.
Start with the eldest. That's good. So let me think most people again will recognise this man here. A very useful looking
Ian Evans, otherwise known as the Merlin the Magician of Carmarthen. He played for our youth side in the first 15 before obviously going on and representing Llanelli, and then played for Bath, Wales and the British Lions. Probably, and I probably could get this wrong, one of the only Quins winners of a European Cup, which he won with Bath.
Yeah.
100% sure. Stephen might have with Claremont, but I'm not 100% sure. But he definitely did. So these are his jerseys, etc., and ties. It might be upstairs actually, but he did present us with a wallaby skin as well from tour to Australia, which has got all the signatures on it as well. So that is somewhere within the club. But that's Ian Evans. Next, it was this young gentleman.
Show it on the camera. There he is. Who are we looking at there?
That's Mervyn Davies. To me, he's one of the unsung heroes of Welsh rugby. He played hooker for our youth. He was captain of our Quins youth for many, many years. Played for our first as well, and then went on to have an illustrious career. Is now currently forwards coach with Newport Gwent Dragons, so he's still involved. You do see him now and again up in Tumble where his son plays. It's a shame he didn't bring him to play for the Quins, but Mervyn's living up that way. But we won't hold that against him. He's a true gentleman, and as far as I'm aware, a drop of alcohol has never passed his lips.
Oh, okay.
Always teetotal, the ultimate professional.
Very consistent performer. That's what I remember of Mervyn Davies as a player. Okay, and another very famous son of the Quins here. Oh, can we see that properly with the reflection? Just about. Okay. So who are we looking at here?
And that is, of course, Stephen Jones. Played for our youth. He was captain of our Quins youth. But I believe won a Welsh Youth Cup as well when he was playing. Went on to Llanelli and then went on to Claremont. Played for Wales, British Lions. Back in the coaching staff now within the Welsh setup, or he was. Never forgets his roots. Comes down and sees the boys quite often, and he's a Carmarthen boy through and through. These are just three of the internationals that have played for the club. There's four playing today. There's Gareth Thomas playing prop. There's Kieran Hardy playing scrum half, and there's Kemsley Mathias on the bench for Wales. And then later on, we've got Javon Sebastian, who also played 50-odd games for the Quins. He's playing for Scotland this afternoon. So semi-professionally, as a club in Wales, we're doing pretty all right with developing players for the Scarlets and beyond. Yeah, just great.
Fabulous stuff. And for those maybe later on, this is going to be the England-Wales game in the World Cup warm-ups before the World Cup. So tell me a little bit more about the ground and where you play, because I understand we're kind of in the middle of town here, and it's just there, isn't it?
It is. It's literally what we call Town Main Park, or as the locals call it, Top Park, because we've got so many playing areas in town. That is Top Park. It's got the world's oldest stone velodrome going around the park. So every night or every day you will see cyclists going around there. People come there from all around just to go around the velodrome. But yeah, our seniors play their home games on a Saturday. Some of our minion juniors will book it on a Sunday, which is a great experience for them to play with the stand behind them where the seniors play. They come out to the steps and you can just see that they've got that extra spring in their step. Even at the age of 13 and 14, they've got that bug. It's great to watch, and it's literally 250, 300 yards on the corner. So once the game's over, you're in the pub for a pint within about 30 seconds.
Now, tell me, because the old clubhouse used to be away down over there a little bit. Now, what's the issue with that, Neil?
Well, there's about 15 pubs between the old clubhouse and the park. So a lot of the boys would stop off and have one or two halves and perhaps wouldn't make it to the club. So unfortunately, due to that and other things, we lost that clubhouse some years ago. So we had a nomadic existence until we bought a pub next door called the Milford Arms. And then after a while, we bought this building that you see now, which actually used to be the television studios for HTV in Carmarthen, which was literally nothing but a room with no upstairs, where they filmed the news and other topical programmes. Lots of hard work by members of the committee, players, supporters, has now got us what I think is one of the best clubhouses in the Welsh Premiership, if not across Wales, with the size of it and its location.
Yeah, it's a fabulous space, and there's a big room upstairs as well. I'm told that it's being used at the moment, so we can't film it, but another massive space. Tell me a bit about your training ground that's out of town.
Training ground, we've had that for many years. It's always been, we had two pitches, changing rooms, and that was it. Through development of the future generations, we've now got two playing pitches, a training area, 4 changing rooms, a gym, a multi-purpose pavilion, and we've got 4 mini and junior pitches behind. So our under sevens, eights and nines play on a proper rugby pitch as opposed to playing in a corned area. So they love that. It's like they're playing proper rugby. But yeah, it's all about investing in the future. We're just about to go into partnership with a local football team. So we're going to build or develop a football pitch up there. So that way then we can be a joint community venture, and that opens up all sorts of avenues of funding for us. And at the end of the day, we got under sevens to under 16s. We want to give them children a safe place to play, to develop, not only physically, mentally and emotionally, because that's just as important these days. And I think we've got a plan for the future that we will get that, and we will keep continuing to develop the children right through, so that we get more Stevens, get more Mevins, Kelmsleys, etc. So yeah, we're all about development of the future.
Fabulous. And, you know, even if they don't reach the top, you'll provide them with
Yeah.
wonderful experience along the way anyway.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Is there anything else you want to say about the club? Anything else to add? Yes. I did forget something. I knew I'd forget something. Just 1 second. Yeah, we'll show this picture up here, which is Pride of Place on that main wall there.
So that was our youth side of 2002, 2003, so it was 20 years ago. They actually got to the Welsh Youth Final in the Principality Stadium, and they actually run out winners. Lots of those boys then went on to play for our seniors. What was also pleasing is that this year, 20 years after, our current youth team got to the Principality Stadium. Unfortunately, we fell short, but the experience for those boys of playing throughout the season and being the second best team in Wales and being rewarded with a visit to a stadium of that stature, it's what kids should have something to look forward to. It's what I want my son to look forward to. It doesn't take much to open that stadium for the players of Wales, whether they're boys, girls, whether they're, disabled players as well. Just give it to them. Give them something to strive for. Yeah. And I think that's where the Welsh Rugby have got it right, is opening that stadium for a fortnight full of finals for all age groups. And we're very proud of every player who's made it.
Yeah, well said. I couldn't have said it better myself. Well done. Okay, I think that was everything we thought.
It was, yeah.
So thank you very much. You're warm.
Very welcome.
Thank you very much, Neil, for the cheese sandwiches as well. That's going to see me right. I'm going to be on my way now to, where am I going next? Nankaredic. That's it. Can't keep much in my mind at the moment. I'm not sure how far it is, but I'll see you there. Of course, remember, it's all for the My Name's Doddy Foundation. It's for the For Ed campaign, for Ed Slater and the Freddie Crisp Trust, trying to get a war free of MND just as soon as we can. So help me share this if you can. If you can donate, great, do that. But let's keep this momentum going. See you there. Bye.